They can hear us.
Volume
Never.
is a bit. Yeah, volume is a bit loud though. There you go. Right.
Yeah. There.
Awesome.
Can't see us though.
Well, that is a good point on Discord. There you go. Now it should be there.
It caught me just in time.
Yep. Welcome back to DIREWOLF, everyone. We've had quite a few nice sessions of the main campaign in a row now. So let's.
Feels weird. I remember last session actually.
Yeah, don't say that too loudly. We're going into Christmas now.
Fuck.
God.
So let us jump straight in, introducing the players. We have. Hey, that works. Kaito.
Good day.
We have Rai.
Hey.
Then we have Zara.
Hello.
And Ezra, who has a splash finally.
Hello there.
And Jeremiah. It's there.
Hello.
We're gonna just change the order of that. So that's better. There you go. Nice. Who wants to do a recap?
I can do that. Right. Last session began with Yamato no Orochi having burst into reality on the Sealy side of the stone circle. And combat, I would say commenced. It's sort of continued. Trying to protect Mr. Perion, and also vaguely do damage to the enormous god serpent. We did a little bit, though most of it was done by Oberon, the as of at that point yet unidentified wizard man, and his giant Dusk Cerberus. And yeah, it was a kind of spooky fight. One of the shapechangers did a lot of damage on me, so hence why I felt it was a spooky fight. We managed to not.
Taking damage.
Yeah, we thankfully managed to not get hit a lot by Kaminari itself, which would probably have been bad. It was mostly it and Oberon duking it out. But we managed to get inside the circle, at least a couple of us, and protect or stand by Perion's side, giving him cover. He cast some spells and teleported out mid-combat, which we were kind of happy about, because now we don't have to worry about him and failing our job. But after a couple of rounds of combat, Kaminari was slain to great effect, and we were like, job well done, everyone. We killed one of Orochi's heads. We are great. We did it. And after that, we quite a lot of investigating. We tried to figure out more about the ritual circles, where these clay doppelgangers, or I mean, not really clay, they just kind of seemed like fleshy clay, where these doppelgangers came from and what they were doing. And it seemed like they were trying to summon another head of Kaminari from the other side of Kaminari, Orochi. On the other side as well, one drawing from the Shadowfell, which is a bit strange, since the Shadowfell doesn't really exist and is kind of the Unseelie. And we went into some planar theory about what's happening here. What seems to be happening is that the Orochi, or the heads of Orochi, have been sort of assimilating energy from the planes they're on, as this head of Orochi was very attuned to lightning, which it hadn't been at the time of its split from the original. And if all of these heads have gained elemental attunement and they all fuse, it would create a much, much worse and more threatening monster than Orochi originally was, it was already enough. So yeah, we have dealt with 1/7 of Orochi, but the potential threat has still risen with this new information.
1/8.
1/8. Yes, correct.
Mm.
So we're still far away from having dealt with Orochi, but it seems like they can be killed, and that's an upside. Yeah, so we found Mr. Pyrion in a tree. He had done the classic poor paratrooper landing, and was very stuck to Sarah's great glee. And we got him down. He wasn't hurt. We all got him back to the circle, where he and Sarah had a little chat. And he asked her to cast, or to use a scroll to cast a modified version of Modify Memory on him, asking that he forget either everything or most of what had happened when he had been in the Shadowfell. Or when the original had been in Shadowfell, I suppose. And it done something, I'm sure. Avid listeners of the stream will know what he forgot, but I do not.
You forgot.
I forgot, exactly.
The spell worked on everyone.
The spell worked on everyone, yes. He was, of course, originally confused as to what's been going on, and I guess the spell didn't work. I still remember everything. Because, that's what happens when you modify memory to pretend that it was never there.
Mm.
But Sarah assured him that it had worked, and he should just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Clearly, he had some information stored in his head that was at this point dangerous to someone, if it remained there. Yes, we also, after he had taken off, asked a bit around, and learned that the magician was in fact the Merlin. The
Merlin.
Myrddin Wyn Emrys, Merlin of Arthurian legend.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big deal, especially when we learned that what they had been discussing at this council was that the Shadowfell, or the Shadow Curse, needs to be somewhere. It can't stay locked up wherever it is right now. For the cosmic balance of things, it must exist somewhere. And what they'd been discussing was, well, where should it be? Because it kind of sucks for that place. And it seems that the options were mostly the Seelie, the Unseelie, or the Material. At least those were the planes having a representative at the council.
Mm.
So that might not bode well for us in 1/3 of the possible futures. Other than that, I think... Did we get all the way back to Skerwam at the end?
Yes,
Or were we simply
you
on the
did,
way?
because you were in
Yeah.
Pyrian's tower when you were discussing
were.
and learning that he was Merlin.
That is true. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Pyrian did just say to help us figure out a bit more about help us research a bit of more what's going on. He also warned us to not try to scry on Merlin's history. That he has wards that will protect against and possibly even lash out if that is done again.
For those not in the know, that's how Direwolf 1 season woke up Merlin.
Yes.
Mm.
Which is pretty cool, I gotta say. But yeah, that is the summary of last session.
Yeah. So, for anyone who forgot, I do not have a new map because, Cyberpunk maps are not that easy to come by. But here is the old map for Skyway Ham. You need to
Yes.
zoom out. It's The scale was a bit big. I could actually maybe quickly fix that a bit.
Did we have a photo of the painting that we were comparing it to? Like we've seen it, but I assume we might have taken like a reference.
I'm fairly certain we took photos.
Yes, you did.
This
of
is
rock map, that
nostalgic,
is.
Sabo.
You are in Skyway.
This is nostalgic.
But yes. Yeah, it is. If you think this is nostalgic, just wait until you leave the town.
Mm.
We're gonna have some
Are you
nostalgic fights.
There's
Nostalgic
there's-
encounters with nostalgic creatures.
I mean, hopefully not, seeing as the nostalgic fights would be against creatures that are much higher levels than us.
And also like
Should
in
we-
the dark,
We can fight the
dark
baby.
version of the
Don't worry about
place.
Yeah. Also,
Can someone set the scene? Or where we
Yes.
at? What we're doing?
So I think you've just taken the elevator down and are and you're all leaving the Pyrion's tower, skyscraper. Actually, you're probably entering the garage, because I would assume a building like this has its own garage. So you would be just exiting the elevator into the garage where your rental car,
yeah,
loan car,
our awesome rental car.
is parked, and
Which is
having
not a
just
train.
having just had a meeting and the revealing information that the wizard that you saw at the meeting was the Merlin,
I think.
and also
Yeah.
a bit of a worried, Pyrion seemed worried about his intentions.
Yeah. Zara, the moment the door sort of closes, ding, she goes, "Of course it was fucking Merlin. I should have seen that a mile away."
That's actually
Stupid.
crazy.
Okay, that changes things.
Honestly, still not used to that happening.
What?
What does it change?
Well, everything. Merlin's back. You know Merlin, right? He had sort of a little bit of a great presence in, the material world's whole, vibe. I don't know. Saved it from
There's
You reckon this is the same one as... Yeah, this is the same that once went and helped out Arthur with the Excalibur and stuff.
Yeah, the very same, but differently than obviously what was told in the stories. Didn't
Differently
talk
how?
so much about the Fae sort of slaughter and hunts and mass murderers and that sort of stuff.
I still don't get how this changes things. We went from not knowing something to knowing something. That doesn't change things. That increases information.
Yes,
Which changes our perception.
Changes our perception. Yes, of
Perspective.
how we expected things to go. Yes, exactly. What
And
you said.
We had
Honestly,
no expectation
Zara-
of how things were going to go. We
Yeah,
knew
Sarah, I
nothing.
think you need to expand on that because you clearly know something we do not.
No,
Well-
what do you mean? I'm just saying that this is.
You saying things changing. We did not have any preconception about like what would change before or after Merlin, but for you it did. So
Well-
can you expand on that?
If I can add in something here. His presence is very interesting, but it's not, and quite honestly, a bit awe-inspiring, seeing a literal legend in the flesh like that. But I think what really changes things is what Mr. Pyrion said about what was discussed in the council, and the potential that the Shadowfowl curse might be unleashed on the material plane.
Exactly. Yes. Merlin seems intent on doing that, and
And
at
he
least
seemed,
unleashing it in some extent.
yes.
That's what I mean. Like, that's a big threat. Yeah.
I raised my hand up a little bit, but how would he do that? Like,
He's
I
Merlin.
mean, okay, so
how does the curse work? Because pretty sure Kaito has
since-
not been told how the curse works.
Zara is like about to speak and then just like shuts up. I was like,
Before you shut up, I would like to use my pointed question feat. action.
I'm gonna ask you real hard.
Because that's the thing. Like, you're talking to people that don't have the context, which is why Kaito's reacting the way he did.
Right. So, if this is allowed, I will ask a question that charms or needles someone in just the right way. It's damn it! Ask a question of a non-allied creature. I have Disney from my party.
Can I temporarily change my party alignment?
I will first shoot her and then ask the question.
Quietly in the corner, just says Ezra left the party. Hey, what are you doing?
Literally shoot first, ask questions later.
Every one of us just gets like a notification above us, like, yeah, Astro left the party. Wait, what?
You do know you can just roll a perception if you believe you want to see if there's a lie involved. You don't have to. With this, you just get a perception bonus.
Yeah, I know I don't have to use my stuff, but I have stuff, and I want to use them narratively, and that's what I'm trying to do. So when Ezra shuts...
you want to use them mechanically. Narratively, would you just be asking?
Yeah. Anyway, so narratively rooted in the
mechanics inform the narrative. I know that.
Yes. So when you shut up,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of lost the thread a little bit, but Ezra says like, no, do go on. It seems rather relevant. We're all friends here.
No, it's more the fact that you're a journalist, and this is highly confidential information.
Do you know I'm a journalist?
Yeah,
you said it, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't remember what I've said. It was an honest question.
I think we established that Zara knows what you've written because she is sort of like
Right. You know my non-magical writings.
Yeah.
So he's going to say
she literally did research on you because she was sus as fuck on you, but
Yeah, and he's going to say, well, I don't write about all the magical stuff. I kind of know how to keep a lid on certain stuff.
Well,
also, like, you seem to know things and how this is gonna change anything. So if you have that information, it would probably be pertinent for us to know it.
Yeah. Okay. Look, obviously, you guys know that, Rask and the lot, they kind of came here before and they removed the curse. Yeah. Well, they didn't sort of entirely remove it. They just took it. And someone still has it. And that someone could still lose it. And if they lost it, it would be back. And it would be back wherever they lost it.
I don't see how this is relevant because this is far above our pay grade.
Okay, so if you don't get paid to stop an apocalypse, you don't do it?
Right. Ezra flips open his notebook and he tries to interject you. And he says, and he reads, "Third coming of the Dark Age, brought on by one who was there the last time. This is a note from when we met the Soothsayer."
Mm-hmm.
And I've written under here, that can possibly be good.
Yep.
And it seems more than just tangibly related to what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So the Soothsayer basically said that we are getting the Dark Age, no matter what.
Well,
I mean, there are long-lived creatures in this world. So, what you say there, Kaito?
Well, the thing about the Soothsayer stuff was that it sort of gets spoken into being when we hear it, right? Like, we are not affected until we hear it. But we heard the prophecy.
Quite certain I heard it, yes.
Which by that logic, is harder to avoid if I understand this entire concept of prophecies correctly.
Now, I'm not going to go around saying this is definitely going to happen, at least during our lifetimes, because there are some very long-lived creatures, as far as I know. And he points to the Fae next to him, like our friend Zara. See why we would like some more details.
Excuse me, are you just called me old?
Listen, didn't think you were the kind of lass who'd take offense at that.
I switched
There
my
are
tail.
some biological there's some biological differences between
My
you
clearly
and me.
non-human form.
Yeah.
I think you're in
Also-
mixed company here when it comes to aging.
Sounds like I
Either-
might be the lucky one then, and you guys
Yeah.
need to sort this out.
So either way, prophecy or no, Merlin being back changes things because, well, we got some pretty big potential changes coming our way, and whether we like it or not, whether we pay it's on in our pay grade or not, it's going to affect things. And I don't know
Yes,
if you
Which is why we should go and inform the people that have all the information so they can do something about it.
Yeah,
That's a
I
question
know.
list.
I'm not saying we don't do that. What I'm pointing out that this is massive.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when someone tells me what to do about it, I will do that. Until then,
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
we need to we have another case on our hands that we
Okay,
need
yes.
to figure out.
So we
we're gonna
finish
go
doing what we're
visit
supposed to be
a Rocky
doing.
Mountain.
We come back and, well, Period knows this already. He might already be informing people. And when we get back to HQ, we can inform our HQ that this is a concern that they need to keep an eye on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the good first steps.
Should we tell Pyrian about the prophecy about the third Dark Age?
I think that was highly classified and we shouldn't tell, like, weren't we told to not tell people as much as possible about prophecies?
Yeah.
I mean, as much as possible seems relevant to this might be where we do.
I think as you said, it's possible that we should let the people of the correct pay grade decide that. Side note, out of game. How difficult is it to communicate in and out of the Fae? Do you have to send a courier? Or can you...
Pretty much, yeah. You can't text out of it.
Fair enough.
You got a thing. Didn't you get a like an emergency ping thing to get you extracted?
Yeah, I think Kaito has the emergency ping.
That's not
Yeah.
quite
I
what
tend to
want.
have those.
That's for extraction.
Yeah.
Then I think
So,
we should...
I think we
keep
should,
them
go
lost,
to the mountain for now and go and get our investigation done there before returning, because we are still on a time limit, I
Yes.
believe.
So
And this is the off the books investigation anyway.
So get in the fucking car.
I was already on my way.
So
I
one
cannot move
advantage,
into the
considering the fact that you've never been here before, right? Is that since last season they have actually added road signs. Why is it not? Stupid macro.
Not allowing
Thank
us
you.
properly into the car, but it's fine.
Yeah, we don't need to actually
You
go
don't
into
need
the
to.
car.
Uncaught promise. What? Stream view is not defined. But I'm not clicking a stream view macro. What? Okay, the macro is not working. So, oh. Okay, apparently clearing the browser log fixed the macro. That's the new one. Thank you for the point.
Villain point to the
Ah!
Dungeon Master.
Traitor!
Thank you for that, Torbjorn. I will keep in my mental note of that. And as you head out and start following the signs towards Rockmount, I will be activating this map.
Ooh. Fancy map.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is indeed
That
Nostalgic?
is a
Throwback.
slight edit of what has been seen before.
yeah.
Yep. So as
There's a lot more
you
trees now of the trees we planted.
yeah,
Aw.
Yeah.
the magical trees. The
Yeah,
two
that's
big
cool.
ones are that you actually found that were dead.
The ones you saved.
Yeah, the ones you saved. One of which became the staff, the spell staff and bow staff that Lissa and Bakari used, because you took branches from them. And also, you remember there was one of the trees in the city, so there is one within the city walls as well.
Now, which of these mountains is Rockmount?
North. This is Rockmount up here. And also, I added the train tracks.
Yeah, I noticed. That's cool.
Also noticed that the train track doesn't actually go through Valeth, because no one goes to Valeth. But yeah, it is quite a journey. It is rocky terrain, and like what's not on the map is that like here roughly, because I was checking Roll20, is like a waterfall and stuff. So they have made bridges and all that kind of jazz, but it is still like lots of turns and twists and stuff. You are going up into the mountains. So even though the distance by air flight is just like 55 kilometers, which isn't that far, it is more than that in like actual driving. So it is going to take a bit more time than a normal modern car would. So I'd guess maybe like 3 or 4-ish hours, depending on how, if you want to rush it or drive safe.
Yeah. Let's just drive safe. We don't have a reason to rush it.
That we know of.
So let's say 4 hours then. You notice that the during your travels, the sun kind of, or the perpetual lightness becomes more of a dusk. Like one thing that you know, at least, Zara, well, pretty much everyone who's been in the Unseelie for longer durations, you know that there is a day-night cycle, though it's very different from the material plane. It's more like in the Seelie, it's always like summer, it's always sunlight, but then the kind of daylight cycle there is that it varies between like sunrise and midday. It's never actually night. So and
Goes
in
into twilight, but never.
Yeah. And in here in Unseelie, it's kind of like always moonlit and bright, and then the quote unquote nighttime here is more like a dusk evening. So it's kind of the same, but the opposite. But it's also always bright now. While when the curse was active, it was completely dark. Remember? But now it's like almost always moonlit and bright enough that anyone can see. Kind of like a fairy tale nighttime, where it's the moon is shining and you can see perfectly, and everything has this like bluish tint, right?
Nice. Yeah.
That's how it's because it is a fairy tale country. It's the Fae.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But yeah, you do notice that it is getting the slight reddish hint of like a sunset, which means the closest the Unseelie has to nighttime. As you approach Rockmount. Now, I do not have a modernized map for this, but so you'll just have to imagine it. But as you enter Rockmount, you Zara, because you've been here before, you see a you recognize the town, but you also see that it's been modernized. All the old structures from when you were here last time is still there, and seems to have just had a natural progression. Some buildings have been expanded upon, some buildings have been polished up and cleaned up and restored and that kind of thing. But otherwise, it doesn't seem too much out of the place. However, there are some more modern buildings that have popped up as the town has expanded slightly. Not so many like skyscrapers-ish, but there are a couple of taller buildings, showing that like the influence of Skydwayham has leaked out even to here. And even though the town center is mostly what, like in modern terms, we would call the old town, even that has the benefits of modern society that Skydwayham has adopted, such as electric street lights and stuff like that. And yeah, plumbing. Plumbing and electricity.
Oh, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going?
Well, I mean, we are here because of a painting.
Yes.
And trying to find out if there's a connection with, the girl.
But you have been here before, so where should we go?
I mean, there used to be someone in the town hall that was very nice. But they are probably not, alive anymore. I don't know. Time is weird.
I take out my phone to look up the reference image of the painting.
Mm-hmm.
And try and see if and I show it to the rest as well. To try and figure out, okay, where was it painted from? Like, where would the painter have stood? But also seeing okay, this is Rockmount, but the painting does that seem to have been the modern version or an older version of the paint of the town?
So the painting you're looking at is on your phone is you see that it's closer to what you would imagine the historical would be. So the painting seems older than the modern, what you're looking in front of you. Though there are some of the modern buildings seem to be there, and it's painted with the streetlights and stuff. So you're guessing it's somewhere between.
In between.
What Sarah would remember and what you're seeing. You can also tell that the painting, of course, is painted from memory and isn't 100% accurate. Because you knew when you found the painting it was fresh paint, fresh-ish.
Yeah.
So it's from memory. She didn't paint it while she was here. So you can tell that it's from memory. So it's not 100% accurate. So
could we determine where the view is from?
Yeah, so you won't get a perfect angle, but it looks like the view is. It's kind of similar to. It's kind of similar to what you're seeing on the map now in the angle, but it's not quite. I think you'll need to walk around a bit more, and I'll give you hot or cold kind of.
Yeah, but is it does it look like it's from a hill outside that is an overview of the thing? Is it top down or is it a street view kind of deal?
It is an overview, so it does look like it's from outside the town, from a slightly
we show it to a local
position.
Maybe they'll recognize it.
Again, bear in mind that it's painted from memory. I'm not the most artistic, but I'm pretty sure that I could draw a sketch of Oslo from a bird's eye view without actually standing in a bird's eye position.
Yeah, but that's okay, so it's more like a map looking top down, or is it more of an 45-degree angle from the top of a hill kind of deal, sort of is it artistic?
Remember, we have only heard your description.
I know. I know. I'm also trying to tell you that it's not a photograph. Yeah. It's an artistic rendition of someone's memory.
Yes,
it's not a one-to-one.
If I may, I think the goal here, Thomas, that we're trying to achieve is that we just want to figure out somewhere where she likely have been at some point in her life, and then looked at the mountain and then painted that later. So we just want to figure out somewhere where she's likely been, just so we can start to get know her better or figure out what's going on. So just want to.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to describe it, because her painting is, as I'm trying to say, it's a rendition of her memory, her impression of the town, right? If you want to know where she frequents or where she's frequented or if she's been out in public at all, you'd have to ask the inhabitants. You'll have to do detective work.
Then suggestion to the party. Step 1, we show the painting to some local, and if they can tell us, that looks like it's painted from here, or doesn't look like any view I know, but it's definitely the rock mount, that we can stop searching for wherever that is and move on.
Sure.
Okay, if we all think that's a good idea, then I guess maybe we start there.
Maybe start at least start somewhere. But I want to talk to the mayor. I don't know if that's called the mayor. I remember it being a fancy word before.
It was a Kith Lord for the other city.
Yeah,
the Kith Lord was in Skydwayham. This town had a matron mother. Who was the leader?
Yeah, matron mother, that's the right thing. So maybe setting up a meeting with her.
Let's go to the town hall and start from there.
Start knocking on doors.
Yeah. So as you drive up and park outside the town hall, this is you do get a bit of a kind of like a flashback, Zara, because you definitely remember this was a private mansion before, the home of the matron mother, but now it seems to be turned into a public town hall. Yeah, you enter the town hall.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you enter the town hall, you see the standard bustling of people who would frequent a town hall, like politicians and concerned villagers and everything in between, and can clearly tell that like this town has grown beyond just a small village. And you approach the one of the desks, I guess.
Yeah, I wanna see a person who seems to be in charge, or somebody I could book a meeting with.
Yeah, there are several desks where that you can walk up to and ask for help.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Sarah. I would like to speak to the mayor. As sort of she says, like kind of like unsure if that's the right. Like, the leader of the town.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but I come on behalf of Pyrian.
Okay. Give me a second. And she opens like a folder and like looks through some pages. We don't seem to have anything scheduled for an emissary of Skydwayham, but let's see. The mayor's free and looks up at a like a grandfather clock in the corner. About 40 minutes, I suppose. We can fit you in.
40 minutes sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah,
and she writes it down in the book.
Sarah puts on a timer on her watch. Okay, and then goes to the others. We got a meeting in 40. Let's make good use of it.
All right.
Yeah. We should probably look and check out the general area.
So yeah, as you head towards the entrance, you do notice as well that next to the door there's a couple of like a rack of like tourist things. Like how you have like a brochure to go visit the crystal caves and that kind of stuff. There are postcards.
There's postcards there with views of Rockmount.
If we only have 40 minutes, do we really want to leave this building?
Just in the local area.
Not walking too far.
Yeah, it's not too big.
Oh, does that mean? No.
I will look at some of the brochures.
So there is a couple of postcards that you would think of as the area around Rockmount. One of them is the town itself. And the others seem to be, like, you recognize it from the journey up. They seem to be photographs of, like, scenic locations in the same mountain range. But you don't recognize them specifically because obviously you don't know the area. But they seem very similar terrain.
Is there anything that about matches the painting?
Kind of, yes, and I will get to that in a moment. Fabhawk, you asked brochures. Yes. You find like skimming through them, you see that there's like there's an advert for the Rockmount, like a flyer, not a brochure, but a flyer for the Rockmount Historical Museum. In like urging you to learn about the rich history of dragon worship in the town. There's a flyer for the monastery up in the mountains, which from what you can tell seems like a Shaolin monk kind of monastery that you can go and visit if you want. There's also a general tourist map of Skyd Wayham, which is pretty much the map we're looking at as players, except of course more modernized. And then there's also what else would be? There would also be a flyer for Skyd Wayham and to like visit the big city kind of thing. That's basically what you find. As for the matching
point of view,
there was one postcard of the town of Rockmount. You can, and comparing it to your phone, you see that it's definitely similar. You can see that the river is on the same side of the painting as the painting, and some of the like key buildings that you recognize seem to be the same angle and location-ish. It's not exactly the same. You see that the painting is wrong, which you would expect from someone's like impression and memory compared to the photo, but you're guessing it must have been taken from a similar-ish angle.
Is the photograph about the same age as the painting?
The photograph is
based on the buildings.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think the photograph would be newer. But it's hard to it's hard to tell because like yeah, the photograph is definitely newer and of course accurate. It's a photograph. Well, the painting is was most likely painted before based on the buildings. Either before
I want to buy this postcard.
Yeah, either before the photo was taken or just the painter forgot some of those buildings.
I'm gonna ask thing after. Oh, sorry, you weren't finished.
Yeah, you can ask afterwards. I'm just gonna say, Ezra, you want to buy it? That is fine. It's negligible currency, so it's a postcard. Also just bear in mind the postcard, because the Unseelie technology is very quote unquote random. Despite having like modern electronics and stuff, the postcard seems to be like it has color, but it's almost like a sepia. It has like an old photo fade. to it.
Mhm.
Like it was taken in like the 70s with a brand new color camera with the first of its kind. That's kind of how it looks, right?
Yeah. This might be a weird question, but how do I add the postcard to my inventory?
Just create an item.
Yeah, I figured that one. I'm actually asking how to create an item.
In equipment on the top tab, there's a plus.
No
You
plus.
hover that, it says create item.
Right. Lovely. Thank you.
I'm basically going to ask Sarah. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm just thinking. You probably don't. Well, you could set it as treasure on the type, Lemur, because then it won't be.
Is it a treasure to you?
I'm just thinking, so it's not listed with like consumables and tactical gear and stuff, right? Fabhawk.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna ask Sarah because Sarah's been working in the Unseelie for a while, right? Before going back to Direwolf. How much time would have basically passed between when she was here, when the whole thing with Rask was, and now in terms of Unseelie years, and also in terms of real life years? Because I don't think Kaito would know when that would have taken place in real life either.
I mean, I think if mistaken, I think she has spent like chronologically 30 or so years in here, probably more. But Thomas will have to answer that specifically. And I don't know how much that time has been, like how much that is in like normal material plane.
Yeah. Kaito would ask you, but yeah, it's actually a GM's question.
Yeah. You got a hero point, Ezra, from Alistair.
Thank you. Buying a postcard? Nice.
Yeah, so let me have a quick look-see. I have that written down here somewhere. All right, so the time frame from when to when?
Yeah.
From the when the Vrask stuff and the Unseelie got, no longer
From
the dark
Shadowfell.
Shadowfell, until now in both Shadowfell, in both Unseelie years and in real life years, because Kaito wouldn't know that. It's just like he's trying to make sense of it in his head.
Yep. Okay. Let me just open my good old time dilution calculator. So, when was that? Wiki Direwolf. Must be accurate here. Timeline.
I found the old map from the notes, by the way.
Nice.
Does anyone know how?
Oh, yeah.
While he's looking, does anyone know how I make an item into treasure?
If you edit the details, you should be able to change the item type.
The tagline?
No, I don't see any item type. I see
Nice.
quantity, usage,
Yeah.
bulk, size, prices.
Keeping track of
Publication type.
okay, I actually have, we go to Shadowfell on the 8th of February. I did not have the year.
Some 8th of February.
I'm assuming it's 2020.
Final death of Quintamenti was 2020. Direwolf was attacked.
Here's my
2019,
keeping
so yeah.
track of the Shadow Realm document.
Yeah.
Quick question about what we're doing here. How much do we tell people about the painter? Are
Nothing.
we... Okay, yeah. So, should we even tell them that we would like to know if she'd been here or anything? Like, is there a reason we shouldn't mention her? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
I mean, I don't think we
reasons or
should
not.
because we don't know who she was in relation to this place.
Yeah, she probably wasn't
but, like-
called Zoe.
No, but we can
We don't
describe her as a,
But you can say, like, we have this painting and,
Maybe.
like, we would like to, I guess, know more. If anyone else is painting here.
I just remembered something as well, that we should go to the temple, if it's still a thing. I don't know if that's now the church. Because that used to be the place to go for information, because it was the heart of the community.
They also used to have like magic shops here, but Ezra doesn't know
that. Madame Riba.
Problem is we don't have any fucking gold that they will take, so it doesn't matter.
Right, we have dollars, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or euros.
Year. There you go. So, it has been 3 years in the material. 3 years since the curse was removed from the Unseelie. In Unseelie time, that is 36 years.
Okay.
Could be worse, I suppose.
It's not too long.
Yeah.
Really, really
excellent. Okay, just good information to have. I don't have anything to use it for yet, but I think it's very good that we have that information.
Yep. And just to make it concrete, yeah. So like when we're asking about the picture, because what we want to know is what was Zoe doing here if she was here? Has she been here? What do they know about it?
Yeah, also we have a suspicion that it might be a lineage. She might be of a specific lineage here. Personally, maybe I think that it has something to do with the dragon heart.
Right. Which I assume is connected to dragons.
Yeah. But also shadows here, because they used to worship shadows. And
wonderful.
That's gone now. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
Considering we are sort of on the undercurrent of this whole campaign is the Shadowfell might come back. Having a person be from a location where they used to worship shadows might be relevant.
Reasonable.
But yeah, that is a very low percentage chance.
The player has thoughts that I cannot say because I know shit about this. So I will not.
Yep. There is a break on stream.
Shall we take a short break?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Take a very short break. Let's try and keep it to 2.5 minutes. Just a quick stretch.
Speed.
We can make a proper break in about half an hour or another hour maybe.
Right.
Gonna get a drink.
Drink is good. Actually, quick question. Because Cabel's hands are rated G for grappling. And I have a striking rune that applies to them. Is there any easy way I can make that automatic? If anybody heard that?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
So, because the striking rune gives a +1 to grapple as well.
Sorry, the weapon potency would, I suppose, since his weapon has the grapple trait.
Yeah, the potency. So the plus, does that give +1 to grappling also though?
That's what I've been led to understand. I am not an expert.
I am not.
I mean, grappling is an attack, so why wouldn't it?
Grappling is an attack. I think the weapon has to have the tag.
When a weapon has a grappling tag, that just means you can attempt a grapple check without letting go of the weapon.
Right.
It's the same with a weapon with trip. You can trip with a weapon without.
But the weapons are my hands mechanically, or my hands, his hands. So I would assume there's some reason to apply traits to them.
So with trip, at least I know you get the +1 from where you get the weapon bonuses. I'll have a quick look. Is this on you or?
It's on Cabal. Or yes, it's on Cabal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, no, that's actually a thing. I haven't added the weapon and potency under him. I've just added them to me and then modified his stats. That might impact things. Because the whole runes and affecting both entities is a bit.
Yeah, because is it? Yeah, Wing Strike. Is it that one or Manifested Blade?
It's Manifested Blade.
Yeah.
That has all the attacks.
You can use this weapon to grapple with the athletics skill even if you don't have a free hand. This uses the weapon's reach and adds the weapon's item bonus to attack rolls as an item bonus to the athletics check.
Right.
Have you bought items for your summon?
I have bought a potency rune for me, which, while invested in a weapon I'm wielding, is also shared.
Yeah, you need to actually add it as a potency rune to Cabal, because then it will automatically do it when you use the actual grapple action in properly. Then it will do it automatically.
All right, got it.
Or grab, sorry.
Grab, yes.
Yeah.
So as long as you have the correct token selected and targeted, and then you press the athletics roll in the grab like ability, then you will automatically apply it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'll get on that.
So yeah, just modify his attacks then to give them the plus thing.
Yeah, that's what I've done until now. Is just manually modify the attacks. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay. So we are back. You have 40 minutes. I'd say you spent about 5 just discussing outside at the car. And so you have another 35, let's say half an hour just to be, so you have time to get back. Is there anything you do want to do before the meeting? Or are you just going to sit here at the car and wait?
I think Zara's just going to do some research and collate some notes. Not of any mechanical effect, just to be ready for the meeting.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I think Ezra wants to talk to, like, not wander away from the town hall, but I think he wants to be in the area. If you understand, like, just chat up the town, like the town hall clerk, and maybe go out, have a smoke, and ask some passersby where you could catch this view, and then maybe start a conversation, like being the natural journalist that he is.
Yeah. Roll a. And actually, I think I have the buttons for that. I can just do a. I'm just gonna first pop everyone.
I would say I'm pursuing a lead, by the way, for what it matters.
Just pop everyone out so it's easier for me to select you. Just request a roll. This would be that. Can I type multiple? No. Okay.
Yeah. And I have this, what it matters. I have lie detector. I have eyes of the city. But I don't really know who I'm tracking yet, so I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't. Eyes of the city wouldn't help here. Lie detector, of course, would. If someone would lie to a tourist.
Lying? Yeah.
Hey, there's some cheap stuff over behind the.
This dark alley.
Yeah.
Oh, just go in there, I guess. Funk. Yeah. I also do have That's Odd.
I know.
That's
very
related
well
to
aware.
Locations.
Because you post it for every room.
That's odd. I keep forgetting stuff like that.
I don't. In fact, during the World War I thing, I even added specific rooms to trigger That's Odd, and you didn't play the last session, so.
Did I have That's Odd on my character?
I think so. I think you had it there too.
No, I don't think so.
But Matthias, you have a roll. There's a button to click if you.
Oh, where is it?
I don't know. Before all your spam.
Diplomacy check, yeah. For my spam, it was relevant. Should I enable lie detector +1 circumstance bonus? No, I already have another circumstance bonus, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I am trained in whatever you're doing, so I don't need that one. Good.
Yeah, so you find some people going in and out. You scour the crowd and try to find or assume which one might be the best target for playing curious tourist, and you find someone and ask them, and they look at the photograph and say, "Oh, that looks like it's taken from a hill to the southwest, maybe." Oh, wait, hang on. And she just walks around the corner a bit. Oh, no, I know where that is. And she points up to roughly here, this direction. A bit further up the hill, though, there's she says that there's a small like park bench area that it might be taken from.
Okay. I continue to play the tourist and ask her if it's a long walk there, and of course not being too demanding on her time.
Yeah, she says that, oh no, it from here it only takes about an hour, and then she's like, oh, maybe 2.
He is used to dealing with other cultures, so he's not that easily.
Yeah. You I think because you had a pretty good roll, you do notice that this town is very vertical, and when you like look towards the center because you are on a bit of a hill now as well.
I remember this shit. We had to fly to enter the shop.
Yes. you see people are just hovering up to the second stories and third stories.
I suppose there's no options to take a vehicle there then. He smiles and chuckles.
She turns around and looks at the only vehicle parked in the parking and says, it's a path you'd have to climb."
Thank you for your time. Yes. Good to have some goals, some sights to see. Hey,
you're welcome.
By the way, you don't happen to know of any? Yeah, and I want to ask her if she knows of any like local trivia, like any famous artists or something like that. Some other nice places to see.
She'll recommend the historical museum. She'll also say the Church of Omniki is fascinating if you like that sort of thing. No. And if you're looking for something to bring home to any loved ones, the Madame Rebus is always has some fun curiosities that you're not likely to find many other places. She does say that like she doesn't really like she's lived her whole life, but she's not really that well versed on who's like what accounts as being famous. She doesn't know who's well known outside of Rockmount. She's a local. It's like how if someone asks you like what's the best place to visit in Oslo, like you'll hesitate before you can answer that because you don't know what's good for tourists. You live here.
True.
It's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. So to speed things along, I'm gonna ask you, just like in Ezra's best opinion, does he has he extracted what he can from this person?
Yes.
Then he's going to let her go.
Yep. The rest of you have half an hour. Is there anything specific, or are you just gonna?
I think.
Bear in mind as well, like if you don't have anything to do, you have been in the Feywild for quite a while now, and you did bring a from the material realm, you brought like supplies and rations because you were told that you shouldn't eat
Right.
food, too much of it at least.
Mm-hmm. How are they doing? Those rations? Are they good?
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like you've been here in a while, so you might want to just have a lunch.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Have dinner.
Lunch is good, but also I would try to get some material on the place on Dragon Mount. Probably not dig for secret stuff. Just you said that they have some pamphlets. He might drop by, see if there's any.
So the flyer. The flyers you found, like the postcard cost money, but the flyers were free. You just take them. So I assume you just took one of each just for so you have them. They are marketing slang. You don't think you could get anything actually useful from that.
But there was a museum or a library? At least museum, possibly a library?
There's a museum. There is a legend on the top right of the map.
Yes.
Up here.
Aha!
I'll just move Fabhawk because you were covering one, but yeah.
Plus anyway. No, I'd love to drop by there and just see what I can learn and see if they have anything there. This is mostly just so that I have a source of information if it becomes relevant. I don't need a exposition dump right now.
If you're going on a museum, I would stop you and ask if we should do it together afterwards.
Sure, if you think you have time, I just figured I'd.
And none of you eating? This says if you're gonna go start.
Oh, I've been eating basically a nutrition bar the entire time.
Yeah, I'll grab something. Just I go and take a fucking sandwich or something. No, just
you don't have to press efficiency out of every goddamn minute of your workday. Come on, chill.
Well, time's limited, I suppose. We.
I mean, also we only have half an hour. You can't get to the museum.
That's not that far.
Also, remember, this is like the one place where you can waste some time, considering an hour here is not exactly an hour in the material.
I suppose. But do any of you know the history of this place? I saw something about dragon worship in the.
I know some. I'm trying to collate all of my notes from last time I was here. Although, when I was here last time, I didn't exactly take a lot of notes. That was sort of not my vibe. It kind of looks around a bit awkwardly.
More like this.
Your vibe was being a familiar.
What we're doing here.
Familiar vibe, one might say.
What was your business here last time?
Well, I mean, we were exploring, as you do. We came upon this place, and we found some pretty interesting going abouts. I think, if I remember correctly, there was this matron, and the drow or the Shadar-kai. I think it was drow. Yeah, it was drow, and they were like worshiping this spider. And then they had this temple of the dragon. That's where we met Azakai's father. Oh yeah, you don't know about Azakai. Shit. Azaki. Yeah, you don't know about Azaki. Let's just say they
actually roll me a religion check, Jeremiah.
Sure.
You have heard the name Azaki before, though the way Zara speaks of it sounds like it's someone named after the one you've heard of, because the Azaki you've heard of is consort of the goddess Nenet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He just, I suppose Jeremiah nods vaguely at the name.
Yeah. So you're assuming the Azaki that Zara is talking about is named after this demigod.
Yeah.
And then Zara continues. Yeah, the one that is with Lissa. I'm sorry, Nenet. Yeah, this is sort of the area where they met.
Right.
Well, he was traveling with us by then. And then, he introduced us to his father, which was an interesting person, protecting the heart of the dragon, which was in the temple here. And let's just say when we were last here, the heart of the dragon was a whole thing. There was some monks worshipping Shadow that wanted it. And so we went and talked to them. I don't know much about the sort of genuine history of this place, but I assume it's got a lot to do with the heart of the dragon.
And if anyone wants to know more about that, we recommend you go back through Sabotender's history and watch the old streams.
Also known as the museum.
Hey.
So we can proceed this play session in a quicker timescale than the play in the session happens. Because now we've spent 40 minutes waiting for the 40 minutes.
Hey! Well, this is all about time dilation and shit.
Yeah.
Feywild.
Yeah. Don't forget 40
There's
minutes
a good
is
point.
actually
Maybe
more
we
like
should move on.
3 hours. I'm just kidding.
No, 40 minutes in the Unseelie would be like, what, 6 minutes here?
Right.
So we actually missed the meeting now.
But yes, as you explain the brief history from the perspective of a familiar, that sounds like a good book to read.
Yeah.
Brief history from the perspective of a familiar. While munching on your snacks and meals, your alarm pings eventually on your phone, Zara. So you have 5 minutes until the meeting starts.
Yeah, let's get in.
So, yep.
Let's go on.
So you head in up to the same. It's not a secretary, but yeah, the same person. Clerk, thank you. And they say, just a minute, and they go over to a door, knock, open the door, pop their head in, pop it out again, and yep, she's ready for you. Come on.
Okay, now everyone, don't bullshit this one. They don't like to have their time wasted. Be straightforward, right to the point, and respectful. Yeah?
Well, you know more, so you can lead the meeting.
No. You
Yeah.
lead the meeting.
Nope.
No? Last time I taught... No.
I'll just push both Sarah and Kaito into the meeting because they're clearly not moving forward.
Yeah. So you all stumble into the meeting room and see a rather young elf woman with dark skin. It seems almost like a quite a dark tan. Zara, you would probably already know this, that after the the curse was lifted, the elves started to retain some of their more natural skin tone, because they were completely starved, right, of the light or anything else that. So they, which is why they were dark elves back then. But now you see that they're still what you would call a dark elf, but they look way more natural now. They don't look like supernaturally sickly or dark.
Yeah, they don't look monochrome anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So now they're still dark tanned, dark skin, but way more natural. And you can tell that this is one of them, which tells you immediately, Zara, that this is not the same matron mother. It would be either a new mayor or a relative.
Yeah.
Because
Zara just sort of looks awkwardly at Kaito before going, greetings. Thank you for taking the meeting in such a short notice.
Yes, we appreciate it.
anything for representatives of Skywayham. How can I help you?
Yeah, we are looking to gather some information about a person of interest to Skywayham. And do some research regarding their potential lineage. So I was hoping maybe you could be of assistance in that matter.
Oh, of course. What is the person's name?
Well, they go by the name Zoe. That's their known alias to us. And then I do a physical description.
Yeah. You see she turns towards the computer and you notice it's like an old CRT monitor, Pentium computer. It's like you can tell it's clearly not of Fey make, so it must be smuggled somehow. But it is not modern by any standard. And starts clacking away, and you can almost hear the hard drive thinking as she presses enter. And she says, there's no one in my database with that name, which doesn't mean much. It just means she had no crimes or petitions or any reason to deal
Official
with the
business.
official businesses. And let's see, though, there is birth certificates. I can check those. Click, 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 click. No.
Do you want me to take a look? Like Sarah is like the sort of IT specialist.
Yeah.
Who's just seeing somebody use their computer wrong and like hearing some actual issues and just like anxious about it.
My ears goes kind of like a little bit back when you hear the sharp noises, like I'm trying to like the ears kind of try to not hear it.
Yeah.
We have some great tech companies at Skadewayham that could probably hook you up with some Faymake, machinery.
While Kaito clearly reacts negatively to the bad sounds, if people are watching, Rai does not.
Yeah, so she says, that would be appreciated. This thing is awfully slow. No birth certificates either. We don't really have any, what's the word again? Digital. We don't really have any digital documents for all the inhabitants, but... So, the person you are searching for was not born here. They did not have any political interests or official business.
Well, that's the thing. We don't really know if it's their name.
I take out my phone and pulls up the painting.
Yep.
We believe she painted this of the town.
A painter.
Do you recognize the style or maybe the year it might try to depict?
I'd guess this is roughly maybe 10 or so years ago.
Apologies if my question betray ignorance, but do you get a lot of human tourists here in Rockmount?
Humans? No, not too many, no. There are a couple from time to time, but not that many. One thing I could tell you about this painting, though, is there is only one vendor in Rockmount that sells paints.
Okay.
Right. And so, if there was a human visiting Rockmount, she might have stood out.
Not really. There are enough of them that it's they're not common, but we do see them from time to time. I'd say on
any
average,
that might have stayed for a bit.
I'll answer you in a second.
Sorry.
I'll just say on average, maybe 1 or 2 couples a month visit Rockmount.
Okay, so
Then you ask any that might have stayed.
And and especially like around a time period of 10 years ago.
She was. We thought she was half elf, right? So we.
Yeah, but like we weren't sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Human or half elf, like around the time.
Not really. There are a couple, but they usually head off to the monastery to the east.
I see.
We don't really get very many new inhabitants except locals and children.
I see. Well, it might be worth checking out the painter's store. Could you point it out on the map for us, please?
Yes, of course. You hand the tourist map. She points to this area, number 7, which is the market, and describes a stall for you.
Yeah, okay.
She also says sometimes Madame Reba has paints, but it's not a reliable source. So if the person in question is a skilled artist, as the picture implies, and they painted while living here, then they would have most likely bought it from the market.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Yes. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to meet with us.
Hey,
You're welcome.
just like one last question.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have any knowledge of any a death Shinigami? Or any relation to any Ren? Shinigami? Shinigami.
Both the Japanese speaking people in the party just like stare at you.
Shenanigans.
Shinigami.
No, I'm not quite familiar with that term. Is that a human word?
No. Yeah, I was just checking. But like death spirit? Nothing like that?
We don't get too many spirits around here.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
No.
Like
that's
a
fine. Thank you for
player,
asking. But thank you.
player reminder, or like as we leave, Ezra is going to just say like the Shinigami was probably from the material realm,
Yeah.
if I
I know.
remember correctly. Good of you asking, though. I don't quite know.
We don't know when the Shinigami connected to Zoe, so
Exactly.
What
I was
age
just making sure
did
that
you
it wasn't
say
from here.
she was? Because you described her, I remember. But
And give her the age as well. I would think. Actually, we know. Yeah.
She presented herself as human in the material plane, but we suspect she might be at least partially elf.
A human teen. If she was here 10 years ago, you could always try to ask to visit St. Estin's. She points it at the map, number 6.
Home for strays, yeah.
It's an orphanage. If she was young with no
Strays.
parents, she might have been there.
I share a look with the rest of the party.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to go.
Question: could I roll a make an impression, or have we not been talking long enough?
Yeah, you can do that. Definitely.
Whoa. I get a +1 because... Oh, actually, would she register as a noble for my courtly graces?
Oh, definitely.
Good.
Yeah, if she doesn't, then who the fuck does?
Yeah, exactly.
You can.
Well, I mean, the landed aristocracy.
You can see that she has an elegant, like an elegant dress on, kind of modern with, like almost like it almost looks like it's a dress that is designed to look like a suit, because it has like the sharp lines down the chest and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she has a little pin. That of like a spider, a silver pin of a spider on her above her.
Okay. If that's poor, I'll reroll with a hero point.
That is not poor.
Hey.
I'm just gonna reveal that one because that is not poor. You definitely make an impression.
I suppose I've made
I
an
think that's
impression.
going to go for like the whole party.
Yeah.
That she definitely wants to help. Also, I had lowered the DC because of being emissaries from Skydwayham, or pretending to, depending on how you look at the situation. But
we're definitely emissaries. We're just not representing Skydwayham.
I mean,
we're not
technically, Zara worked for Pyrian at some point, but you know, this isn't.
I still do.
Yeah,
to some extent. Yeah.
Tiny lies.
But yes, you definitely make an impression, and can you can ask favors of her more, and if you need to come back, you can basically just walk into her office.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
because she basically just says like, yeah, she'll be at your disposition as long as you're here. If you need anything, just come and ask.
Primo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. What was her name? I assume we've gotten it at some point.
Her name is let's see. Drow names. She's the mayor.
Sorry.
What is this drow you're
mayor.
speaking of?
I've never heard of OG creation.
Dark elf. There you go. Mayor Vanel.
Mayor Vanel.
I'll just quickly add that as a map note so that I remember. Mayor. That's not how that works. Mayor. Create map node. Update map node. There you go. Right. So yes, I think she's told you as much as she can tell you right now, at least. So yeah, do you head off? Now you have now you can freely explore. So
paint store, Saint Eston.
Yeah.
Madame Ribon or whatever she was called, right?
Yeah. So let's just go to let's go to the paint store first.
Yeah.
Due for a break soon?
In 20 minutes. If you want to have it earlier, we can.
I'm gonna have a quick 2-minute, but you can continue that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, as you head to the market, you see a bustling market filled with all sorts of goods from both local and from Skydwayham and other areas. For most of you, this is an amazing sight. As you walk in, you see people flying up and down to the different floors of this market. You see all kinds of magical goods being traded. And what that means in technical terms is, in addition to the items found in the Rockmount Market that I just shared, you can buy any magical item that is common of your level or lower.
With what money?
That is a good question.
Gold?
As you look around, you see that people are trading with coins, though you're not sure you recognize them.
No. See, Thomas, you misunderstand. The amount we are getting paid as agents is minuscule.
Yeah, we haven't been tracking
the pound
gold,
the pound sterling you have been paying is average, but the gold is not, because these people do not use pound sterling. You'd need to figure out a way to earn money first.
Earning money. Yeah.
But you know,
Earning money. We're on our day job.
Earning money. We're all about burning money. Am I
Hey.
right? Living the high style.
Let's go.
but yes, you approach the market. Since last time, Sarah, you do notice that they have added ramps and stairs to get to the upper floors. Though obviously no one local is using those. But the whole market is available for you. Looking around, you quickly find the art store, which seems to have canvases and paints and brushes.
Is there any food stores?
Yes, there's like street food kind of situations. There's no like supermarket kind of food store, but there are street vendors selling warm food and candy and sweets and all kinds of things.
I'm gonna see if I can buy some food with some coins of pound sterling.
Mm-hmm. So you approach and they say the price, and then you try and give him a couple of pound notes, and he's like, "What is
I
this?"
specifically use coins. Use coins.
Yeah, he takes them at first, and then immediately like notices something strange, looks in his hand, and like, "What? This ain't the Queen's gold." And gives it back to you. "We only accept Queen's gold here."
The fuck is Queen's gold?
It's the currency.
Who the fuck is the Queen?
The fuck is gold?
I mean, apart from that, you met the Queen like 4 hours ago.
Yeah. His.
All right, that Queen.
Queen Titania.
All his cooktops are going to be a level of heat higher for the next 10 minutes.
What I'm gonna do is
all the food he's make the next 10 minutes is going to be burnt.
I'm gonna actually go and ask someone if they have any kind of exchange area for coins for tourists.
Yeah, you ask someone, and he says, "What kind of tourist? Where are you from? Valorth or something? Don't you use Queen's gold?"
Nope. Mortal Realm.
He kind of eyes you. Like, Mortal
Material Realm. He would have said Material Realm, not Mortal Realm.
Material Realm. Yeah, you've asked like a vendor who didn't have many customers right now. He climbs down his the steps and comes around the corner, and he looks like kind of a goblin from Harry Potter, like a Gringotts little thing. But you assume he's some kind of gremlin or gnome or something. But he's all like wrinkly and stuff, and he comes up to you and says, and kind of whispers, "From the Material Realm? You got anything good to sell?" And he looks very interested in if you've got anything to sell.
I've got some real juicy painkillers, my guy. Pharmacy grade.
I have batteries.
Get batteries? Ooh.
Yeah.
How many?
2. Better take them out and show him.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
I'll give you 2 gold.
I'm doing it, but I was mirroring. I'm mirroring like his mannerisms in the sense of like, oh, we need to be hush.
Being shady. Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm doing my thingy of the what's it called? The alter ego sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And fake it till you make it.
Yep.
How much did he offer?
He'll give you 2 gold coins for that.
Nice.
For the 2 batteries.
That's a bad price.
I try and haggle that up, or like get that up.
Yeah. You can roll a diplomacy then.
Yes.
Cultist cowl is a cool item.
Let's do.
It's in the Rockman market. You can check.
Oh.
If it's like atrocious, I might hero point it. But if it's not, I'll go with
it. He says, nah. Look, if I pay any more, I might as well go to Madame Rebus to get them. Hey.
What are you talking about?
How about I throw in an antibiotic?
You're fine. Oh, you got those?
Mm-hmm. That's worth it. That's worth a lot.
Yeah, you're robbing me, girl. You're robbing me. Sorry, dude. You're a guy, aren't you? Yeah, I keep forgetting.
I mean, it's worth a lot. Look what you can do with it, you know?
40 gold.
Deal.
He goes and
gets you 1 weapon potency rune.
He goes and fishes out 40 he pulls like a bag, and then he opens like his little safe, and he pulls out puts it in the bag and gives it to you, and trades it for the antibiotic and 2 batteries. You now have 40 Queen's Gold coins.
Okay, I'll add a separate Queen's Gold.
So what you're saying is we should set up a racket where we smuggle antibiotics into the Unseelie?
Motherfucker, that is one of the things that Zara prevented. That was one of her jobs, is to stop smuggling like this shit.
Too bad you didn't tell Kaito about that.
So where is the rest of the party in relation to Kaito? I want to know how on the low is this kept. Yeah, but I'm asking Kaito.
Well, I'm assuming this is happening while
we're talking to the paint man,
or at least while Rai is heating up a certain vendor.
Right.
The rest of you, though, what would you be doing while this is going on?
I think for hilarity, I would be with Kaito, near Kaito, whether or not you know it, and just giving you stink eye right about now.
Hey, I need the money.
I'll be over.
Like you're literally selling drugs.
It's 1 antibiotic. It's fine.
After I get done with the vendor, I'm gonna return to shadowing Kaito's back, because I'm the muscle and Kaito's the face.
Yes.
Yep. Jeremiah?
Yeah, I'll head over to the painter man.
Yep.
Painter's seller supply.
Yeah, I think I just want to join there. So yeah.
Yeah. So you two go into the painter store. The 3 of you who are currently doing shady business, you can come in a bit later, but you're not that far behind. But yeah. Ezra and Jeremiah, you come in and you you come into a store of it's quite a dark store. Seems well like maintained, like there's but it's dark and very cluttered. You see like the painting easels and canvases and stuff, like very very messy store. It kind of looks like a how like most antique stores and pawn shops look, right, with like things everywhere, except it's all painting supplies and stuff.
Right. Hello there.
Hello. Yes, you hear a voice as someone comes out from the back room. Quite a tall, thin person with pointy ears and extra and large, round eyes. Bald. In like he seems to be wearing like what you would expect of a painter, right? Like an overall covered in splotches, right? Of various different paints, and clearly this is like his work clothes because they're just covered in marks and splatters. How can I help you?
We are looking for information about a person of interest. We think I get the painting up on my phone, I suppose.
Mm.
Our only real lead is that she painted this image here. We are approximating perhaps 9 to 11 years in the past.
He fishes out a pair of glasses from under his overalls and puts them on, and they look like quite like normal reading normal glasses, but considering his eyes are like almost like a the THX lemur, right? They look small on him. But he fishes them out and he looks at the picture. I would say that I don't recognize the style, but truth be told, there are not that many skilled painters in Rockmount. I don't believe I ever learned her name, but she frequented here a lot. Yes, small, young, humanish girl, I believe. Tanned skin, white hair.
I assume that all matches what we know about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's funny that it's the two people that haven't seen her that goes.
Yep.
But yes, that matches.
Yes, exactly.
You have the description of her, so.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know anything about her, how she got here, how long she stayed?
She didn't reveal too much of her personal life, but I do know that she was here with family. Not entirely sure where they stayed, but she was here with family. Let me think. I think this is when the rest of you come in as well.
Do I think he is lying?
No.
Seeing rather helpful, so
I don't think you get anything that feels wrong. No sense of lying.
Correct.
He says, she was here with family. That's much I remember, but it was quite a long time ago. I can't quite remember where though.
Do you remember about how long ago, sir?
How long ago was that? Well, it must have been before the Exarch building, but so maybe 5?
Before the what?
No, wait.
What did he say?
He was just mentioning some building that was built. It's
okay. Sorry.
But
go on.
But it was after that. I'm guessing around maybe 8 to maybe 15 years. I know it can't have been that long. You're guessing roughly 10.
Yeah. Roughly 10. 8 to 12, let's say.
Yeah. That's something
like
and
that. Yes. And this is a long shot, of course, but also I turn British so fast. God damn it. This is a long shot, but do you know anything about where her family might have left for when they left Rockmount? Or do you know any else about now? If they spend more time in the temple or... Yes.
She must have been from one of the noble families. Because, well, not everyone can afford to buy that much paint. She was a frequent customer. It wouldn't have been the matrons, because the matron would have flaunted around her daughter so that everyone is aware of it. There's not that many noble families in the town either, so it must have been from the clergy. They have plenty of money. What's he called again? The guy who, a person who runs the market, who owns the market.
Yes, that one. Merchant Master.
Yeah, let's just call it that. It must be
Guildmaster.
Yes, a guildmaster would be.
Probably Guildmaster, yeah.
Yeah. She must. It must be the clergy. They have plenty of money. The master of trade. The guild master of trade. But then I think I would have heard of that. It can't be. There used to be a temple of the dragon. They were nobility too, but that line died some 30-odd years ago, I think.
Hmm.
I suppose the family's still around, but I don't think they're relevant.
Thank you so much. You've been a great help.
Actually, we're looking for like any clues we have, even if there's old and tangible. Could you tell me where could I find some of this old family, like of nobility?
Well,
Just
the matron will be the new matron will be in the town hall. The clergy obviously are in the church of Omniki. The guild master I could introduce you to if you wish. He has an office here in the market. And as for the dragon line, well, the orphanage was founded in their honor, but I'm not sure where the family itself would hold now these days.
okay. Thank you, sir. Suppose that we all can learn from him, eh, Jebediah?
I think we're done here, unless anybody else have something to ask.
No, I think you got it. I think kind of confirmed what I was thinking, anyways, about the dragon ancestry.
Yep. We politely thank for his time and shuffle our way out.
Mm-hmm. So where to next?
I want to go to the museum, but I guess we can. The useful place to go is the home for strays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are interesting. Strays seems to be the most likely to give us stuff, especially with the name Strays.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
And
Zoe's connection already to the Strays.
You could also go talk to the matron again, ask about where those. But I figure we might find some other reason to go back to her later.
Yeah, I think we can go back to her last if we have anything to ask her.
Yeah, kind of agree.
I mean, she's definitely not directly related, but she might have, with the additional information that if we figure out which line she's from, she might be able to help.
Yes.
With the added context.
We should conflate more information before we ask for her to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you head to the orphanage, but before we do anything there, it is break time.
Break time!
And now we will have a bit of a proper break, so let's say a 10-minute one.
Awesome.
So we will be back in 10 minutes. Let's see if I can find my break button. There you go.
Are we baked?
Wrong break screen, but it's fine. Whatever. BRB.
And now for something completely different.
Are back. So, before leaving the market, Fabhawk did a quick bit of shopping, and then you head to the orphanage. As you approach, it kind of looks like a school building from the 90s. Just to give you a vague sense of like the sky, the size and shape of things. Yeah, I assume you enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you enter, you see you hear the distant like laughter and chatter of children. But you don't immediately see any as you enter. You do see there is a I wouldn't quite call it a receptionist, but more like a small like office near the entrance where there's someone sat working with like a wall of glass wall facing towards so they can see anyone who comes into the building. As they see you enter, they stand up and start to walk towards you.
Hi there.
Hello. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yes. We are from Shedwayham. He says correctly, and we are currently looking for a person of interest for an investigation. It's a person that was in this town around 10 years ago. I wondered if you might have had some information about her.
Perhaps, but this is a children's orphanage. We don't let strangers come in and ask about the children, you know. Do you have any identification?
Yeah, I look at Sarah.
Yeah. We're coming in on behalf of Skidwareham, as said. I'm chief of security.
You would have like a badge or warrant card, though. You probably need to dig it out because you were like haven't used it in a while. But you do have one.
Yeah. I've also technically drawn on it a rude symbol. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to like quickly clean that off. So like just turn and like clean it off.
It's laminated, so you can just like put spit on your finger and wipe it off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I turn and hand it off.
Yeah.
That's just so stupid.
Yeah, he inspects it a bit in the light and like, huh. Very well. Gives it back. Please follow me into the office.
Yep.
He opens like a drawer and filters through. You see it's sorted by years. Roughly 10 years ago, you said. Do you have a name?
Yes, Zoe. Though we aren't sure if this is the name she used at the time. But I do give a description of her. Believe she might have had a painting as a hobby at the time.
Just a second. There you go. Actually, I will do one more roll here for a specific
there
person.
wasn't set up a secret, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me just do that again then. Ignore those.
Oh.
This should be secret perception, roll mode. Public roll. Results were hidden, but yeah, private roll hidden results. And then remove Kabyle. Also remove that one because I will do that separately. There you
Should I
go.
just have Kabyle out?
Oops.
Is there a reason not to do that? Since it's not a threat to the realm.
Kyle. Who was
Well,
it? Rai,
Yeah, this one's
Kaito.
just for me.
Private role was hidden. There you go. There's yours, Jeremiah. I derped on that. I was trying to do a specific one for Ezra. But I removed the wrong person. You're muted, Ezra?
I was asking for which source of my circumstance bonus I was going to use, and then I realized.
Doesn't matter. Okay, just waiting for Kaito.
Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, he flips through this, as you say the name. He flips. He continues searching through the folders, trying to find the name. Zara, you notice that as soon as the name was said, he skips a beat. Clearly recognizes the name. And pretends to act like nothing.
I think Sarah is going to go like, "Hey, are you okay?" and like gently touch her like arm or shoulder or something.
It's a man, but yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
You know, for express purpose of Heartside. Yeah. You know.
We all know.
You can spend an action to perceive any or all of the following.
Pixie.
Do you want to
Sorry,
hear?
isn't really that.
So yeah, I rolled a perception against the target's deception DC.
Yes. Do you want to hero point that?
Yeah.
Completely innocuous question. Yeah, no. Sarah isn't really that touchy-feely, so when she is, we all know why.
That was a funny roll because of the hero the hero point thing I have turned on, where if your hero point is a bad roll, you get +10, right? You technically rolled lower with the hero point, but because of that, it became higher because you got +10. Making hero points worth it. Target's current attitude, he is the attitude is indifferent. The attitude is still indifferent. He's just met you. There's no neither up or down. The emotional state, however, is he seems worried. Physical health, he's in good health. He doesn't have any afflictions.
Is he being deceptive in any way? Is he trying to hide something? Does his heart sing foul?
Yeah, considering like you succeeded on the perception check as well to detect the lying or the heartbeats, the skip, combined with this, yeah, you'd think he's definitely hiding something. Though you can't quite state whether it's of ill intent or not, but he's definitely hiding something. And as I said, the emotional state is worried.
Yeah, I will just dart a glance over at Azra. And cast message and says, "He's being deceptive, trying to hide something. Do your thing."
He kind of nods, but his thing isn't super flashy, so nothing apparently happens.
You're just good at asking questions. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's just a good he's looking. Actually, what I want to do is, can I glance over like the papers he's rustling through? Because I have the Gleam content feed.
Yeah, you can't really see them. It's like a filing cabinet, and they've opened a drawer for like year X to Y, like 10 years ago, roughly. And he's going through like folders with the names on them.
Yeah.
You do, with your Gleam contents, though, you do not see Zoe's name amongst the folders. Because you just see the name tags, that's all you can see.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say like this. So with like the warning, he's going to just pay extra attention to him and just kind of let himself walk himself into a trap or something. Just like let him talk.
Yeah.
Let him, I assume, find nothing, and then like he's not gonna bust his balls. He's just gonna talk, make him at ease, maybe think that nothing is going wrong, and then hit him with a pointed question when he's relaxed.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes, what he does.
Get his car down.
So he obviously, as you said, he doesn't find anything. He checks the drawer down as well to go a bit further back, but obviously nothing. And I'd say the rest of you are like, you don't know what Zara and Ezra knows yet, but you do see that you do notice that he's going a bit faster through this drawer, so something is definitely off. It looks like he's doing it for show.
I'm trying to see if he is skipping any folders.
Yeah, I mean, kind of yes, because the second drawer that he's on now, it looks like he's just pretending to skim through them, right? It doesn't look like he's actually reading the names. And then yeah, he relaxes a bit and he goes back to his desk. Sorry, we don't seem to have anyone of that name here. Where did you learn of this name?
Oh, it just popped up in the material realm. It's like
Could it have been an alias?
Maybe.
It might be under
turns out,
name.
actually, she's turned out to be quite a talented painter, and I mean, wouldn't think it. And I have to think about it. We have said we are representatives of SCAD-VM, and like, well, I can tell
she's
this
a person of interest.
Yes, so I'm gonna say let's be honest there. It seems more nefarious than it is. We are, to be quite frank, she's a very talented artist, and a certain someone wants her paintings up in his office. It's really the whole reason why we're here. We're just trying to figure out where she's at.
Sarah's gonna play.
Anything.
Hey, you're not supposed to say that.
Listen, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. Could you please just forget I said that?
My fault.
That's actually a very good line, because that makes so much sense for Period. Anyone who knows Period are like,
person of interest.
He would spend a whole wad someplace just to track down painting.
You see, he hesitates. He seems to be like you, Ezra, with your lie to me. He seems to be having difficulty finding a suitable lie. And he eventually says, "Oh, yes. Now I remember. Of course, that's why she's not in the files. Yes, that's Zoe. Yes, now I remember. Yes. I don't know where she is, but we do have some of her old paintings here. If you want to buy those."
Ezra kind of looks theatrically over at Zoe. You think he'll settle for the old stuff?
Zara,
yeah.
Zara, I not Zoe, yeah, Zara.
Yeah, well, also he's very much of a fan of ethical acquisitions. I don't think he would be very fond of this having been acquired from a third party and not the artists themselves.
Well,
we ought to have a look, surely. If we could just close this case now, that'd be fine. But
yeah, I would very much also like to get this place closed and head back home to my comfort and not waste my time on this silly shit. But here we are.
Yeah. Yes, sure, we'll have a look. But if it's not what we need, we might have to. He's not saying the last part, but yeah. Let's have a look at maybe there are clues in the pictures. Maybe there are some clues in these old pictures that we can glean something from. Like,
okay. Well, Okay, then. Please follow me then. He heads out of the
Thank you
office
very
and
much, sir.
motions for you all to leave.
Yeah.
And then
Follow.
closes the door and locks it behind you. And he heads out the back door. You follow him into the back door. You see, as you walk through the halls, you see like classrooms and playrooms and stuff with kids of various species, all kinds of young fae.
I try to, as we're walking, do small talk in a sense of like, oh yeah, how long has this place been here? That's the history kind of deal.
Yeah, you can roll
Basic called strays. Yeah.
As you all head out the back door, you head towards this house down the bottom. So yeah, he does open up a bit as you're doing small talk, Kaito, and explains that the building was founded in, or the orphanage was founded in honor of Saint Estin, who was a hero of Rockmount from the Dark Ages of the Unseelie. He doesn't go into too much detail on that specifically, but he says that the orphanage has received donations both from locals and richer individuals in Skydwayham, and also from other places, he says, which you immediately understand is not from the Unseelie, but you don't know anything more. He also says that as for the strays themselves, the poor children left without parents, the
strays, you say?
They are brought in by concerned citizens who have found them. That is what he says.
I think we just found an Easter egg, my friends.
There are no coincidences.
Yeah, no
coincidences.
Emer, did you not realize that until now?
No, I did not. I'm a silly little man.
So yes, as you after a while you arrive at the house at the back, and says before you enter, he says, "Please be respectful. You see, many of the employees at the orphanage are voluntary, and as such, they don't have homes to go to themselves when they turn of a certain age. So we have set up this cottage for the elderly amongst us as well." And he carefully opens the door and goes in, and you see as you enter, you see it's a very nicely decorated, almost a cottage vibe, but it's quite large. There are several rooms, most of them with doors open, and you hear two people like playing. Well, it sounds like they're playing chess or something in one room, but he takes you into a common room where you see like a fireplace, and there's like a nice like buffet table in the middle, and you see the walls have various artworks on them, but mostly you recognize the style of Zoe hanging up on the walls.
Thomas, may I ask a clarifying? Sorry, Sabatender. May I ask a clarifying question?
Mm-hmm.
How do you hear someone playing chess from a room over?
Well, you hear people talking. You hear quite easily.
Pawn to d4.
Yeah, pawn to d4. It's quite hard playing, right? You don't hear the game, obviously, but you hear people talking, and it's.
I have never heard someone other than commentators saying what roster.
We get the sense that someone is playing chess in the other room.
You hear people talking. You hear two people talking in a side room. who are clearly discussing some kind of game. Because they're saying stuff like, "Ooh, nice move. I didn't see that one coming. Oh, jolly good chap." Is that okay? Anyways, you enter this. Yeah, you come into this common room where you see the paintings, more of them hanging up on the walls. And he.
What's the general theme in the paintings?
So you see above the mantelpiece, because there's a fireplace above the mantelpiece. There's quite a large one of a. It's of a dragon with a knight kind of. And then, but they're not fighting. They look like they're standing guard together. It's a. Looks like it's represented as like a picture of a guardian kind of thing, more than like a scary monster.
Dragonite.
Yeah.
Not the
you can tell from the style that this is the only picture in the room that is not from Zoe. The other paintings around the room are all of there are some nature scenes which you can see, like you see a painting of one of the I can't remember the name of them right now, but one of the blue magical trees from outside Skywayham that were on the map. You see a really nice painting of one of those. You see a painting of the river through Rockmount. You see a painting of what looks like almost looks like a castle up in the mountains. And then you see quite a few paintings of people. You see what looks like almost like an impressionist painting of the market with lots of people in it. You see a painting of you see a painting of the paint merchant, like almost like a portrait. You see a painting of the a dark elf that looks old, but like smartly dressed and proud. You see a painting of a what are they called here? Catfolk. And you see a painting of you see an odd. I'm not going to bother rolling for this because I know plenty of you have high enough perception, but there's one painting that's not hung up, and it's kind of like hidden a bit off to the side, which you see looks like a family portrait of a dark elf with a human wife and a little girl.
Yeah.
What do you like of that?
Do I recognize the?
So looking at it, one thing that strikes you as odd is that at first you're just like, oh, am I tired? And you walk closer and look at it, but you notice the two adults in the picture they're very like anonymous. There's no specific features on their face. It just looks like a normal, like if someone would ask you to draw a face. Right? There's no identifying marks on the two adults. But the child, you can assume it's a child Zoe.
Yeah. Huh.
Because it's
what did you
white
say
hair.
the name of the artist? The name the artist used while she was here? I asked the clerk.
Yeah, he hesitates again. It's Zoe.
Okay.
Are you sure?
So she was not here under an alias.
No, sorry, I was. When you first asked me, I assumed you meant one of the children. So I looked through the folders, but no, the artist
Oh,
Zoe
she's
was...
not one of the children. She wasn't raised here then.
Well, she grew up here, but she was not an orphan per se. She was here with family.
Oh, she's from Rockmount. That's very much interesting.
Hey, so quick question. So the strays bit, not really, coincidence, is it? You don't happen to have connection to the Neslenik strays, the titular strays, capital letters, incorporated.
Incorporate. Just a second. I have not heard of those.
Right.
But
okay. You can tell me because I'm like buddies with them.
Yeah, can. Is he lying? I've not heard of those.
Just call Nass. Hey, Nass, someone here is using your group's name.
Can I do the not insight perception roll for seeing if he's lying?
Yeah, you can do that.
Are they franchised?
Are they franchised? Yeah. I mean, it's not out of the inside. It's not exactly weird that they would call an orphanage.
Why are you not? It's not letting me roll perception for some reason. Wait, no, that's the wrong one.
Initiative. Yeah.
Yes, I realized.
God, I love the dice.
Yeah, you all you all see this. Like, seriously, none of you were under 20. If it wasn't obvious he was lying from before, your perception checks confirm it. He clearly knows who the strays are, and you're pretty sure that's part of the name as well.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not being subtle about it here, buddy.
Look,
and we're not.
He lowers his voice, which seems a bit odd because you realize that, like, the only other people in the building are whoever is. Sounds like they are playing or discussing tactics in another room. But he lowers his voice a bit and says, "Look, okay, the titular strays, trademark, TM, copyright, all that stuff. They help people in need. So whenever any children are accidentally birthed in the material realm and left without parents for some other reason, such as if the parents are taken away by direwolf or or black fox, then the children have nowhere to go, and the strays, they bring them here so they can be safe and have an upbringing where they have similar friends."
Right. And the artist was one of them.
Formerly known as.
Formerly known as Prince. That should have been Nas's agent name, Prince. I know Brask was
Formerly
king,
known.
so, but that would have been so good.
I think Cheshire was a pretty good one for him.
Cheshire was really good, but like the agent formerly known as Prince would have also been great, especially considering he was a new music fanatic. But anyway, enough of that. He the clerk says, "Yes, she was the niece of one of the strays."
I see.
Yeah. Okay. And you don't happen to know if she's got any connection to the Dragon Heart Temple or any of its protectors.
That's a long pause there, buddy.
Oh, I'm great at those.
I mean,
You could.
he gave the option for all of us to roll, so all of us should roll.
Yeah.
You could
know what?
if you want.
I'm not going to roll because I am gonna crit fail.
I will, because
I'll agent point if it's bad.
I'm also gonna say that if you
Zoe
want,
Goshay.
if you want, you are allowed to do an intimidation as well. Just saying, like.
Yeah, I'm equally terrible at those.
If I was trained in intimidation, I would have asked to do an intimidation multiple rolls ago.
But yeah, if my roll is bad, I will reroll that bitch.
Unfortunately, I can't make threats. I can only make good on them.
I don't make threats, I make promises.
Exactly. I am unable to make threats. I can only make promises.
I don't make
That is
threats, I
the most
execute them.
intimidating thing you could say, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't help my intimidation roll.
No.
No.
Maybe if you person first, you'll get a bonus.
But yeah, sorry, the question, what was it again?
I want to just walk around and talk to people.
The temple, was she associated with the temple or the dragon heart?
Yes.
Yeah.
He hesitates and stuff, but you manage to like coerce him into saying, this orphanage was founded by them, so yes, by definition. She was very close with the former master.
And who was that?
Yes.
I should introduce you.
That'd be nice.
And he follows you to the room where people were talking.
Yaha. To the chess game.
I love that it's just devolved.
Yeah. And you see, you enter the room, and you see a, elderly man, dark elf, pale, or pale is kind of wrong, devoid of color, dark skinned, old elf. Like, for elf standards, he has wrinkles. That's how old he is as an elf. With long white hair, and in like a tied up in a ponytail, and he seems to be sat there hunched over a chessboard, moving pieces and talking to himself. However, as you pay attention, you see that after he makes a move, one of the pieces on the other side moves by itself. And he seems to hear the other side of his conversation, because he responds to questions and comments and stuff.
Or he is stark raving mad and telekinetic.
I mean, that would be a real funny solution to that.
Good twist.
Next level Fight Club.
Yeah.
Chess club.
First rule is don't speak about chess club.
Yes. Nice.
But yes, you enter the room. He doesn't seem, either he doesn't notice you or he doesn't care. He doesn't react to your entry. And the other guy with you, who's also a dark elf, says, "Excuse me, sir. There's someone here to see you." And then The elderly man straightens his back and slowly turns towards you. And you can tell that while most dark elves, or dark elves, they can be called that, have their eyes are their eyes range from purple to red. I'm just thinking like they're not drow, but I was like, oh, dark Seelie, but that doesn't make sense. Unseelie are like all kinds of they're dark elves.
Yeah.
Anyway, their eyes usually range from purple to red in variety. This one has bright yellow eyes. As he turns and looks at you. I've seen this one before, he says.
Sorry, what did you say?
Is he looking at Zoe?
Come in.
Zara.
We couldn't hear what he said, Thomas. The sound of it. What did he say?
I think he says, I've seen this one before.
I've seen this one before, he says.
Hello?
Lemur?
Do I recognize him?
Lemur, do you mind putting metal objects on top of the microphone?
I forgot what I was doing. Please continue.
You don't really recognize him, no. I think like he could have been any one of the dark elves you met while you were in this town.
Yeah, they all look alike.
Wow.
But it's
like he's
Dark
clearly
white hair.
a lot older.
Wouldn't you remember someone that old?
Thing is, like, this was only 30 years ago, so either some even more time shit has gone on, or
Zara, anyways, just goes, you remember us from, that time, I suppose? You from then?
There were not many of your kind then. Not up here, at least. Are you the familiar?
Haha.
I would like to be called a independent operator with sworn servitude. But yes, I suppose some people will call it a familiar. Yes.
I thought so. And how is your master? I remember he had a certain charm.
She's sort of like a real fucking tight expression. And she says, my master is doing quite well. Very charming indeed, yes. So, but did you meet us back then?
Yes. Your master and his friends were the ones that cured me.
I know who it is.
Oh, right. So, he sort of just looks awkwardly around. How you been doing? You seem well. She says, like, with the poorest deception check you've ever seen.
Well.
I do miss the good old days, but I must say that I am happy nonetheless. It has been a pleasure to see my son grow up to become the man he is, and his children, and their children.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Is that Naz? He's clearly looking at one of the foxes. It doesn't really matter which one.
Which color was Nas?
He was dark.
Black.
Fur, I think. Yeah, he was black. So he would be looking at you, right?
Lemur, you're muted. We get an answer, Lemur.
Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, he was dark gray, but he
Mm.
had different colors.
Yeah.
Close
So
enough.
yeah, clearly this guy is confusing Rai with Naz.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
But
I haven't seen
we
Naz
were.
in a long time. He does interrupt you on a little tangent.
Yeah. We are. We're looking for someone actually, somebody that Naz and the Strays helped.
Oh,
We might.
well,
Yeah.
there are many here.
Yeah.
We gathered.
And I show the painting of the kid and the parents.
Ah, yes. Little Zoe. Oh, she was such a cute girl. Always wanting to help her family around this orphanage. You know, she is one of the reasons we turned the old temple into an orphanage.
Oh?
Oh, really?
We wanted her to have a home, to have a semblance of a normal life after what happened.
What happened?
You see the other clerk, the other guy, is getting a bit restless and nervous, and you see that he's gonna like step in and try and interrupt, unless you want to try and stop him.
Can I try to just put a hand on his shoulder?
You
alright.
can roll an intimidation for that. Yes.
Yes.
It can be intimidate if you want. Or actually, wait, no, that's Cabal. This is me. I try to persuade him if I can, like, hey, you know,
If
this is
not,
important.
I would like to roll an athletics check to just tell him, I think you can leave now.
Yeah, I'll allow you to do a athletics to physically block him and slightly push, and combined with Jeremiah doing a intimidation to see if he does anything.
Does it have to be intimidation?
Yes, because you're basically. I mean, if you explain it in a different way, sure. Yeah, but sure. The way I see it is that you're staring him down and don't you dare, right?
I'll lean over and say that, and tell him there are some people material that are after her. We need to know as much as we can about her backstory to understand who it is, so that we can protect her.
Diplomacy, then.
Woohoo!
Boring.
What can I say? I'm a polite guy. I'll reroll if I have to.
I don't think you do.
It didn't look like you needed that on our DM.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that's a 29 and a 28 from the two of you.
Very nice.
So that's a good one. Yeah, no, you he quietly steps back. He still seems nervous and afraid, or worried, but he's trusting / afraid of you equally as much. But he doesn't that he doesn't dare interrupt. And he says, and yeah, he doesn't do anything. The old man says, I think he just said that, after what happened, yes.
Yes.
He says, he then continues, because you ask, what happened? Well, my parents, they were both killed. Poor child. That's when That's when her uncle, what was it? Screety, that was it. He brought her here. Oh, he turns to you again, Rye. Screety, is that you?
Poor man.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah. Well, who the bloody hell are you then?
Let's just... It isn't working! Oh, it is working. There.
What?
Alright. He turned into a
Look at my
human
token.
again.
Oh! Huh? Lisa, is that you?
Walk right into the arm!
I just put my hand on Rye's shoulder and just like give you a nod.
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Listen,
It
Yeah,
we
is
are
an honor to see you again.
there's people that might want Zoe harm, and we're trying to protect her from them. But to do that, we need.
From turning a meme joke into an actual thing, he's gonna turn to you, Rye, his head, and say, "Is your granddaughter in trouble?"
Oh God. This is exciting. I fucking knew it. But why would Lissa leave her? Sorry, no.
Actually, we do know because she's not fucking allowed to be on the mortal plane all that much.
Right.
It would seem so.
He turns up. He stands up abruptly. Kind of surprising for his age. He stands up abruptly. And I am well aware, Fabhawk.
I know the DM is well aware. I'm saying this to the rest of the crew.
Yeah, okay.
Huh.
He stands up abruptly and reaches his hand out to the guy you're holding back, and he says, "Scarth, fetch me my spear." and the guy in the back says, "You gave that to your son, sir." Oh, bloody hell! But where's he then? He's in the divine realm, sir. Ah, well. I guess you lot will have to do it then. Fine. Screety... Is Screety not with her?
Is this bastard Lissa's boyfriend / husband's father?
Yes. Welcome
Yes.
to the fucking party, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't play last season.
Nope.
I only saw it. I can't remember all of it.
Actually, fair
That is
enough.
valid.
That's very valid. So, since the cat's out of the bag, I will give a quick recap of the stream now for you. This guy is indeed Azaki's father. Azaki was the boyfriend of Lissa, who became later the consort of Nennet when she became a goddess again. This is his father, who was called Estin Bervan. You are currently in Saint Estin's Home for the Strays. The orphanage was founded in his memory, or in his honor. Most people probably don't know he's still alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's him, and that's who you're talking to. And for reference, the spear he wielded was the actual Gaebolg, the Welsh legendary spear that was used to slay dragons.
Well done.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Yeah, that was his spear. Estin was also possessed by a dragon at one point, and the parties freed him from that possession. which is where they got
that's
the
how they
heart.
got the heart of the dragon.
Yes.
Mm.
The heart and the eye, though I believe Azaki took the eye, and the heart was given to the monastery.
That's what
I believe. Also, just a small little context for the Legends campaign in Merlin time, explains why Lemur's character really wanted to get an eye of the dragon.
Aha.
Because they are powerful.
Yep.
But yeah, this is the same guy. And yeah. I think some of you, like, I think, Emerlan, I think Rai can kind of also realize this because you've heard the stories, right? You would have heard the legend of how Azaki became consort to a goddess. You would have heard of this, you would have heard at least rumors of, not all of the details, of course, but you probably put together who this guy is. That he was the father
I think Rai at this point is just like, oh fuck, how much do I remember about Lissa?
Yeah.
Like you immediately told like pieces, but like by Zara and
yeah.
stuff. So we have like a little bit of that info, but not
That is hilarious.
everything.
My good sir, what in particular needs sparing?
Well, no, he's doing that because we said she might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Right.
So,
yes.
That is why we're here.
Yes. Skritu, for what we saw last time, was still protecting her directly, but we are trying to help as well.
Investigating the threat.
Yes.
It is
Very
not
good.
obvious who is after him.
You see that after he stood up, he's kind of, the urgency of the situation has kind of given him a bit more clarity. as he says, and were they alone? Skriti and Zoe.
There was one more protector, if you're talking about the less visible one.
Ren was still with her.
I give a nod.
He seems to calm down a bit. That is good.
Is he similar to your friend? Points towards the empty chair.
He looks at
Anyone
the
have seen
chair.
the scene?
Oh, that reminds me. He puts his hand on the chess table and says, "Excuse me, my good friend, I'll be back in a moment." And he lifts it up. No, that is magically linked to a chessboard somewhere else in the multiverse.
So you're doing okay? Yep. Online games, cool. That's what I'm here.
Chess.fe.
Yes. So Ren was already protecting her here.
Yes.
Well, he's doing a good job so far.
Familiar. Begging your pardon. Zara, was it?
Yes.
Do you trust these people?
I will message him in his head, and I say, maybe this will make it easier for you. You can respond in your head.
Rude.
And Zara will say, yeah, I trust them.
Yeah. Then
They're standing right here.
then
Or he's
he
forgotten about that again.
Yeah, he's forgotten about that again. He stood up and sees that you're not her. He says, well, yes, Ren has always been with her since her parents died. Let me give you a brief history lesson.
As Zara sits down and gets herself comfortable.
Yeah. After...
Yeah, just to establish, is this in Sarah's head or is he talking
No, this
about?
is loud. This is loud.
Okay, yeah.
After
Commercial should
Lissa.
happen soon, by the way.
Okay. After Lissa and Azaki got together, she ascended and became Nennet. I'm sure you've heard this story at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had a child who, being born of a god and her consort, was a demigod himself. And, well, gods being gods, he was considered an adult after only a couple of months. That's how gods are. There's no such thing as baby gods. They're just become. Right? Anyway, that's
Unless
how
they're
I...
perpetual babies.
That's how I, at least, deal with it. It's rather confusing having a grandchild born as an adult, but there we go. Aiden was mispleased with his divine home. He went to the land of Ing. No, other way. England, that's it. He went there, he said, to live in
The land of
his
the Angles.
mother's old home.
Really? Wasn't that great?
She had a house.
Yeah, she did have a house. That's where he lived.
Uh-huh.
Then I can't remember her name fully, but he had one of those blasted agents watching over him, being a divine soul, of course. The wolves was watching over him, but they fell in love.
Oh my god, that's so against protocol. Holy.
And so cliche.
I know, right? That's almost the worst part.
But then they were hunted by the foxes. No relation, I hope. He waves to the
No.
the black ones.
Yeah,
They were
foxes.
on the
It's
run.
a good thing I transformed to human form, right?
They were on the run, and I don't know what kind of a contraption it is, but I was told they were escaping in a hacker? No, a chopper. That's it. And, well, according to Screety, it was shot down. Aiden tried to distract the foxes while his wife and daughter were escaping, but it was shot down. Normally, such an accident, the child would have died, but miraculously she survived. Only her and Screety, I'm afraid. The mother died in the accident, and Aiden, well, if the foxes didn't kill him, well, who knows. But Screety brought Zoe here, the babe. And she lived here for 18 years.
18?
When she turned 18, Screety and her wished her to return to the material realm, assuring me that she would be unrecognized, as apparently time is different there. And Screety wanted her to attend university, whatever that is.
I see.
Oh. She did not take the Baravan name, though. I don't believe, I don't believe Ozaki kept it either after becoming goddess consort. What was the name she took, though? Ah, yes. From her grandmother's mortal years. And her mother's.
Ah.
Ding, ding, ding. You finally have her real name.
Yeah. Lisa
How many
Abe.
of these have you prepared,
Zoya.
like, for all the different namings?
She has a lot of covers, okay?
Okay.
Huh. You know, am I some sort of, like, weird grand aunt or something? Is this... Oh, man. Doing a generational skip with a living descendant, like, that's weird. That's fucked. That's, yeah. Took me a while
me
to get
about
it because of that.
How do you think I feel? I bought him a teddy bear for his 30th birthday.
Pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
and I'm technically 7.
Wait, what?
You're not chronologically 7 or biologically 7, though, which is the important part.
Birth certificately 7.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sheesh.
Ren has been with Zoe since the chopper crash. Apparently.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming that's somehow related to how a babe could survive such an accident.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon me, but how does a god or a half deity die in a like a flight accident? You'd imagine it takes quite a lot to take one of those out.
So he, just to clarify, because I know I was trying to flavor it a bit and put on a voice, but just to clarify, the son of Lissa and Azaki was called Aiden, and he was trying to distract Black Fox while the mother and Zoe escaped on a helicopter.
So he might have been
He was not in the helicopter when it was shot down.
attacked in different ways.
And the mother was a direwolf agent, aka a human. Mic drop.
Okay. And currently, from what we know, just to try and recap, since Zoe stuff happened a long time ago, she, as far as we know, is currently with the Strays.
Yes. Well, she's with Screety at least.
She's still currently with Screety, but we also know that the Black Fox are currently hunting her.
Yes.
Or at least they were last we knew anything.
Yeah, because they did try to kill her with the thingies, but then Ren managed to save her.
Yeah.
And Direwolf is being super hush-hush about who she is, and we don't know how much they know specifically. They probably know a lot of it, but... Yeah, okay. It does give us a bit of an idea, though. So now we just need to make sure Black Fox doesn't get to her.
Yeah. Fucking bastards.
Okay. Well, I mean, we got everything we needed to know, honestly.
Thank you very much for the information. We'll see what we can do to help her.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, so what happened to the dragon heart and stuff?
It is still in the monastery. The eye, I cannot feel anymore. I assume Azaki took it with him to Nenet's divine realm.
Right. And its corrupting influence, has that been a problem, or is that...
No. My body is weary after being kept alive so long by its presence, but I have not felt its urge since it left me.
Okay.
I believe the monks at the monastery are doing a good job.
So, last we were here, the monastery, or there was factions here that were, to put it mildly, obsessed with the shadow and sort of manipulating it. What happened to them?
I believe they upheld their bargain. They are... I mean, it is... From last I heard, it is now called the Monastery of the Dragon, and they wield draconic might, but... I am fairly certain I would have fought if Narathaxiaris returned. The dragon which they belonged. I have not felt it. I believe their discipline surpassed my own, and they managed to keep it in check. Though, and now that you bring it up, it is probably worth a visit, just to be sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We should probably head over there afterwards. While we're in the area.
Are you... He looks a bit confusingly at Kaito, but says, are you all from the material?
I look at Kaito.
I am. I have grown up, but I have visited within the Sealy from time to time.
Not technically speaking.
Well, my point is, how are you on money?
The ones you use here, not great.
Yeah.
And I take out the 2 coins I left. The rest of you have not figured out that I've been going around and shopping things. Are probably very confused of how I have money at all.
Yes, no, quite well by material standards, but not much to go by here now.
Well, I don't have much, but you can take this. And he fishes out 38 Queen's Gold.
Oh, are we?
I'll just add it to mine, and then you guys can use it as you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have it in one space.
If you need more, I'm sure you
Don't
can
come
find.
bothering me.
I'm sure you can find a good deal at Reba's place. And he gives you a wink that he might be like a sneaky wink, but he's so old and like it's very obvious, like a big old wink.
Thank you.
If I could
really
help
appreciate
more,
it.
I would, but I'm out of breath just standing. And he sits down again.
You've been more than enough help already.
know.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you
Yes,
so much for asking.
I will also thank the guy that was in the clerk.
Yeah,
guy.
on the way out, I'll give the clerk the clap on the shoulder and say thank you to him as well.
He stops you as you do. He grabs your hand and says and whispers to you, Rai. He whispers, "Don't let Rai know I let you in here. That demon's gonna kill me."
Ren?
Ren. Sorry, yeah, Ren. He's talking to Rai. Ren. He said Ren. Yeah.
Everybody here, that's a twist. Everybody here is demented.
There's Rai and Ren and Zoe and Sarah. God, all these names now. There's a hard life. Yeah.
I will say back, not whisper. I'll keep that in mind the next time I talk to Ren. Because I've talked to Ren.
he kind of has the gulp. as he seems to.
Ren definitely scares him.
I need to look at Estin, and he goes in and like helps the old man.
Poor fella.
Hard life.
I mean, when a death god tells you don't tell anyone about Zoe, you kind of tend to not tell anyone.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yep.
So yeah, you head out of the cottage with a lot of new information.
Yes.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Just a little bit. Man, yeah, it sure helps knowing what's going on.
Yes.
Oh, right. I also take out the feral linguist thing I bought, which is like a flute thing, and I give it to Zara.
Oh, thanks, I suppose. Oh, this is one of... Yep, thank you. That's nice. It's gonna be useful. I can be a chatty squirrel.
I figured it might be useful.
Yeah.
You can be a chatty squirrel once.
Yeah.
I'll drag it to the party loot so you can take it.
Yeah.
So, I think we will be wrapping up the session here any moment, but there's one last thing I want to do, and that is reveal the store of Madame Riba's exotic goods. I'm surprised that no one wanted to know what exotic goods were.
I wanted to, we just never got around.
Yeah. No! It makes sense.
Oh, up
is
there.
It's
It's
modern
the
shit.
human things, yeah.
The point is, though,
DVD
you can
box set.
you can sell to her as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I already sold my stuff to the other guy, but like, yeah. That is good to know.
But yeah, she buys mundane shit in exchange for Queen's Gold.
Nice.
I can sell my smartphone for a lot of money.
Yep.
Cable line, sunshades, commercial.
I don't really think I have much more that I
Sure, that's funny.
I have healing potions on me. That's interesting.
Frag grenade commercial.
What does that mean?
Yes, commercial frag grenades. Yes.
Yeah, as opposed to custom frag grenades.
Military grade. Yeah. Ballistic missile.
Commercial.
Ballistic missile advanced.
Fucking hell. This is so random.
When you go into the store, it definitely looks like a pawn shop, right? With just lots of random stuff. Like if you also look, there's a diving suit. There's a diving suit as well. So there's like just a big daddy in the corner.
Is there also like a refrigerator just selling store water? Because you can buy bottles of water.
Yeah. She has water. Also,
the water scam.
Madame Reba, by the way, is also a goblin in a wig, just so you know.
Of course.
Wow. Yeah. Perfect.
I wouldn't imagine anything else.
No.
I mean, Rockmount Market has Wig of Holding.
Yep. But yeah, so that's where you can get local currency if you want.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, we are going to be wrapping it up there. And yeah, the monastery is also on the map over here. It's for anyone who can't remember from previous campaign. That's But yeah,
I remember there was a Tory gate on the way up there in a battle map.
There was.
That's cool. Nice. We got a lot of info.
You did.
I know. Like the lore dump.
Yeah, I know.
Dump. There's a difference.
Yeah, Lord Drop. Yeah, you were quite good on your rolls. I was hoping to drag this out to 2 sessions, so the reveal would be next session. But you did all the right things.
Get diplomacy
Mm-hmm.
and perception.
I was expecting you to think like, oh, the museum, that's a good place to learn stuff, and then just have stuff you already kind of know get dumped on you.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my point. The whole point in the museum was bait because it would have just told you the history of the town and not mentioned her at all.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
yeah, it was a red.
Yeah, no,
herring.
it was something I was suspecting a while. I didn't expect it to be granddaughter of Lissa. I thought it was daughter. But yeah, I guess you have to have it twice removed. Otherwise, I think Lissa would be maybe more engaged or Nanette.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're aiming for our next session on the 8th of December.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still on stream, by the way. Should we do that after?
Yep, we can wrap up. We are all wrapping up here. Let me just have a quick check on Discord for something. Yeah, I don't think there will be. I had tried to get a Diablo 2 hardcore round 2 going with that group for today, but it seems like no one else is available, so that will not be streamed today. So we'll try and get that going next weekend. Otherwise, also me and Fingar are progressing very well on the Elden Ring playthrough we are doing with the Seamless Co-op mod. So we will probably be continuing that on Tuesday on stream. We're just about to grind up a bit so that we can beat what's he called? Godric, the first Elden Lord, or whatever. The guy with the wolf on his shoulder, or lion on his shoulder. So we are very close, I think, to beginning the DLC. So we've got really far in that. Other than that, as Emerald mentioned, Direwolf will return maybe in 2 weeks. We will discuss the specifics of that on Discord. It will either be the main campaign or a spin-off on Direwolf Legends. But also that will be the last session before next year, because after that I will be away for Christmas holidays. So if we play on the 9th, it will be the last one of this year.
That is fine.
But we will discuss the details of that on Discord. So without further ado, thank you for watching, everyone. And I'll probably be back on Tuesday for stream. See you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.